What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be predicting week 10 of this NFL season. So let's get into it. This is my record from last week. I finished with an outstanding 11-4. Let's see if I can continue that. But on Thursday Night Football now, we have the Bengals versus Ravens. I am going to be taking the Ravens in this game because both of these teams actually got a very dominant win last week. Both of them scored 41, but the Ravens defense and the Ravens team as a whole was a lot more impressive than the Bengals last week. So I'm going to take the Ravens. Next we have Giants versus Panthers in Munich, Germany. I'm going to take the Panthers to win this game because the Giants have lost 4 straight games, so they're on a pretty downhill momentum, while the Panthers, they've just gotten maybe their biggest upset of the season. They've beat the Saints, and I think that's going to give them a lot of upward momentum. So I think the Panthers will win. Next we have Patriots versus Bears. I'm going to take the Bears in this one because they're a much better team. They have a better defense and offense, although they did lose last week against the Arizona Cardinals. The Patriots also lost last week to a lot worse team, the Tennessee Titans, but I just think the Bears are a lot more impressive. They have the better record between these two teams. Next we have 49ers versus Buccaneers. Christian McCaffrey is expected to return for this game, and that's why I'll be taking the 49ers. If you guys didn't see it last year when Christian McCaffrey was playing together on the field, they are dominant and unstoppable. Could be a dream. Life could be a dream. Next we have Broncos versus Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this one. How is this happening right now? They are 8-0. I just don't expect them to lose to a team like the Denver Broncos. Yeah, the Broncos, no disrespect to them, they're a very good team so far this year, but they're not at the level of the Chiefs. Next we have Bills versus Colts. I will be taking the Buffalo Bills in this game because the Indianapolis Colts, even with Joe Flacco playing, they still were very disappointing against the Minnesota Vikings, and that probably is because the Bills are not that much different of a team than the Minnesota Vikings. So I expect a similar outcome from this Colts team. Next we have Steelers versus Commanders. I'm going to take the Steelers in this game because I think the bye week's going to help them a lot. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, while the Commanders just got off by the skin of their teeth against the New York Giants. Next we have Vikings versus Jaguars. The Jaguars, they have been losing a lot of close games, while the Vikings, they have been winning those close games. So I think it's just going to be that same way. The Vikings are going to win a very close game against the Jaguars, and the Vikings are just a lot better team. They have the better defense, and they have the better offense. Next, though, we have the Saints versus Falcons. I will be taking the Falcons in this game. The Saints, I don't know how they've done it, but they have now lost 7 straight games.
Congratulations.
Now, I do think they did the right choice in firing their head coach, Dennis Allen, but I just don't think that that's going to make them overcome the Atlanta Falcons. Next, we have the Titans versus Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game because the Chargers have been so impressive this season. They're playing one of the worst teams in the league, the Tennessee Titans, and the Chargers right now, they're looking like a good playoff team. Next we have the Jets versus Cardinals. I'm going to take the Cardinals to win this game because they have won 3 straight games, but however, the Jets did beat the Texans last week, and they have the mini bye week because they played on Thursday, so there's a couple extra days. But I don't think it's going to be enough to take on this Cardinals team. They have been way too impressive for me to take them with a loss once again. Next, though, we have the Eagles versus Cowboys. I'm going to take the Eagles to win this game because the Cowboys have lost like 3 games in a row. They have been a very underwhelming team, to say the least. And I think the Eagles are going to take advantage of that, especially because they need it, considering this NFC East race right now between them and the Commanders. But now for Sunday Night Football, we have the Lions versus the Texans. I am going to be taking the Detroit Lions to win this game because the Texans, they just lost the Jets, so not looking good at all, especially their offensive line. Meanwhile, the Lions for the past 2 weeks have been looking like they're Super Bowl contenders. Wait, not even for the last 2 weeks. For the last 5 weeks, they've been looking like Super Bowl contenders. And I don't think that's going to stop now. This Lions team is looking in form, and I don't think they're hitting the brakes. Next, we have Dolphins versus Rams in the final game of the week. I'm going to be taking the Dolphins to win this game finally because the Rams, even though they've won 3 straight, the only impressive one that they've won was against the Minnesota Vikings. And especially with this defense that they have, I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with the Dolphins' fire-powered offense. So that's what I think for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. It's free, it's optional. You can always unsubscribe later. Have a great day, everyone.